Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Voices of the Void. Now those towers have all lined up to be like beady little spider eyes staring at us from above, huh? Yeah, but that's not the only thing. Last time we saw definitive proof, well, to us if not to anyone else, of real-life space aliens here in the park. Not only that, but they seem to have taken a keen interest in me. And well, the feeling is certainly mutual. Not only that, we are Employee of the Week, which means we got quite a cash windfall. Only question now is, what are we going to spend it on? There's so many things we could do. And I think the responsible thing, even if it is sort of boring, is going to be to get the ATV solar power. It's going to be one less thing to worry about. It's going to be something to keep us from buying more fuel. I think over time, to take it early, it's just going to make more sense. But look, we've still got plenty to spend, plenty to send out. Well, actually, I guess we're a little behind in that department, so let's get started. You're finished for one thing, and I am more interested than ever, not only because of that, but because you guys have been giving me a whole lot of advice for things to try. And I think I'm going to take this episode to try and work some of those things out, in addition to all the regular exploring. Because there are strange things afoot in this park, I tell you what. Let's have a look at our cameras and see what's going on out there. In particular, I'm interested in this little picnic site. And which one of you zooms in? Yeah. Man, they still haven't taken the shrimp. Who can resist shrimp at a picnic? But I guess I really should be getting to bed, huh? Let's just play this first. You know, we're not trained to actually interpret these signals. All we can really do is jot them down, but that means all we're left with is our own image that gets conjured when we hear these things. When I hear that, I think of some bound great beast struggling to get out, and probably not going to be very happy with the next thing it sees. Let's set up one more signal and then we'll go to bed. I'm still so excited about the existence of this candle. Oh, and because I've been stuck on the same things for literally months and months now, I have updated our repertoire of entertainment. So let's set this to shuffle and play. Play. Alright, we have to start with something. Yep. I'm real nervous, though. I mean, with great power comes great responsibility, and maybe that extra responsibility will get something's interest in us. Why is this still black? Is this not playing correctly? Oh, there goes our candle. I noted before that it will burn out on its own after a while. We can just relight it. Why are you not playing? Oh, there we are. You guys ever watch this show, Gregory Horror Show? It's all on YouTube. It is such a bizarre little thing. All the episodes are only a couple of minutes long, and I highly recommend it if you're into just weirdness. Alright, you're going quite rapidly, I might add. And I think it's time for us to hit the hay. I actually have a pretty fun idea for that candle, but I think we'll save that for tomorrow night. I actually have big plans for tomorrow in general. I want to do so much exploring, and you guys have given me so many ideas. And we got to start cleaning up our space some more. And at least get rid of the bloodstains. You know, I've grown accustomed to all the sounds in the night. At a certain point, it's just part of the landscape. It's just part of the job. What are we to do about it? What time is it now? It is now 5:30. I think that is a good time to rise. How are you doing on fuel? 93%. I wonder if we grab you and place you over here, will that start to increase slowly? It may still be a bit dark. I'm not sure how it actually decides these things. I've just ordered us a whole bunch of food boxes because we need a lot more meal variety. And pretty soon we'll start to diversify that even more. In the meantime, I just want to have a nice stock of signals ready to free us up to really move around the base. There we go, there's one. Actually, maybe we should look into upgrading this stuff some more. I mean, we can always do a little better while we've got the money, right? So how about added serviceability? Oh wow, we actually burned through all this so quick. But I think it's worth it. Signal just about ready to go. Wow, listen to the music, listen to the ambiance. Even that's seemingly more upbeat. Like it's in rhythm with our confidence or something. I am so happy to have this new selection. I was getting so bored of the same things over and over again. Although, I suppose it's kind of fitting to the job. Let's actually check if any towers are down in the meantime. SV ping. We did just do a whole lot of repairs yesterday, so we should be more or less good. Yankee. Yankee, Yankee, Yankee. And Papa, and Oscar. Oscar's always going down. That's the one by the fishing spot. Oh, hey. I forgot there was an entire pizza in my inventory. Let's just put you right there. Okay, we could use some light for now. So what are our towers for the day? This is actually the last in our book. We're gonna have to get a new one. Report Bravo November Kilo. That should be no issue at all. We'll start with Kilo. Head over to Yankee in the meantime. Now the lighter does mean that we now have the ability to set random things on fire. And maybe we can continue to do something with that? Why is this thing... Oh, I was gonna say, it was feeling a little bit sluggish, but maybe I just wasn't leaning on it enough. Yeah, I don't know what they did, but they definitely did something, because these early morning sunrises are absolutely gorgeous these days. And I couldn't even put my finger on why. Looks like we can already see Yankee in the distance there. That one is down and needs to be fixed. It is just so cool how you kind of tend to compartmentalize your job and see things like only in terms of what you're doing right now. But there are those moments where you can look around and see that all of this is here all the time. And that can be equal parts comforting and terrifying. Because on the one hand, it gives you this sense of interconnectedness, and at the same time, it makes you feel like you just can't have eyes everywhere at once. I mean, do you ever really feel alone out here? Actually, the lack of even things like deer or other animals does sort of make it seem like you are. It's almost unnaturally dead, but only if you ever stop and notice. I love being able to just climb right off the top level and get down right next to my ATV. It's kind of funny in that way. It's almost like the Far Cry 3 radio towers, but better, where each one has its own sort of quirks and behaves a little bit differently if you're going for efficiency. And as with any job, you just sort of develop these little efficiencies over time. You start off doing everything exactly to the letter of the book, but eventually you figure out that there's little tricks you can do to make it easier. I like games that have sort of the wrong way to do things better. Come on, I know I just saw it. I know I saw... Yes! Yes, yes, yes! We are regaining fuel slowly but surely. Meaning that this ATV is now self-sustaining. We can never be left entirely without a paddle ever again. And that's why we spent 400 points. And SV hash. Next step after this is going to be November. Now, something I'm not entirely sure I've even shown in this series is that the ATV does actually have a sort of high throttle. You can press shift to do that, but it's just not something you want to use a lot because obviously it uses more fuel, but if we don't have to worry about it, it's really just going to be a matter of pacing ourselves more than anything. Little efficiencies in this often become big efficiencies, and that is how you gain more time to slack off. These power lines are made of some seriously anomalous stuff, aren't they? That's the biggest mystery. Eventually we're going to cut these down and find out they're made of like alien materials. Let's just stop and have lunch and pick up our trash. I feel like it's almost reverse psychology. Like, they leave this place in such a state that you end up thinking, no, I am going to be the best at maintenance. I'm going to turn this whole place around, I'm going to buy all the upgrades, and I'll never leave a piece of trash on the ground. And of course, that would require them to wreck the place up in order to develop that mindset. But if I'm going to make conspiracy theories about anything, it's going to be my employers in this place. How are we doing? Trash Kingdom, you were actually getting kind of low. Could have sworn we just fixed you all, but that's alright. And actually, we are, I believe, in the neighborhood of one of your suggestions. If we drive down this valley, we will come upon the entrance to a cave. Now, I've been here before in a previous series, but you had said that there's actually something different about it, that it's been updated. Come on, give me that. In fact, the exact wording that you used was to not even think about it and just rush headlong with a glow stick. Now, it used to be, we looked down and saw a little skull, but there's something there now. It used to just go off into darkness. I don't know what this is. Wait, can I throw this? I think there's a way to throw it, but I don't know the controls. Hang on. Yep. Seems okay. That actually looks like some kind of nest. Go check it out for me, will ya? Oh, actually, maybe you already did. Hang on, I'm hatching a plot. Hatching a plot, just give me a moment. Huh. Well, it looked flammable anyway. Alright, maybe we'll come back at another time. And I'm taking this with me. Even though nothing happened to us, it's very clear that there's something afoot there. So I'm thinking maybe we'll move one of our cameras from another place and bring it straight to there. Actually, if nothing is going to happen with the picnic area, maybe we'll take it from that one. Actually, I was thinking about taking that picnic blanket and seeing if maybe there's something under it. I will be having my shrimp back. It's been out here for like a couple of days, so I'm amazed it's still here. And we can actually take this for ourselves. Although I do wonder if that's a good idea. You are coming back to the cave with us. The question now is going to be, do we put this just outside the cave? Do we put it in the cave? Well, now that there's actually a definitive endpoint here, I think we put it in the cave, especially knowing that it has a light and night vision. So right here. Oops. Wow, we actually took it with its light still on. I did not know it would work that way, which means it's probably draining battery like crazy. Right, you right there. Is that good enough? I think that should be good enough. Maybe we could get you at a better angle. Right here. There we go. And activate. Now that's also a bit odd. See, some of you had warned me after the last part when I said that there was a really odd tree sitting in the middle of a rock. That there's a weird property to the forest in this game. Something that may have at times triggered pings on the radar. And that's that these trees are not necessarily all that they seem. I'm gonna take a picture of this, not that it'll convince anyone, but remember, we're building a story here. I actually wonder, they appreciate trying to be burned. Perhaps they don't. Wow, you guys are suddenly really low, and I don't understand how this is happening. Definitely means we're planning a world tour. I mean, we've got plenty of time, but I don't understand why they're going down this quickly. Ow. The ATV could use some repairs, but what is this? Was this here before? Oh. Is this some kind of, like, destroyed MRE? It almost looks like it. Wait a second. Yeah, it's an MRE. It counts as an MRE, but what happened to it? I can't eat it. I guess it's garbage then. Ah, here it is. Yep. Let's just bring you right over here. And I will take the Tonka noises as the sign that you are good as new. And you're actually, well, I was gonna say you're getting fueled up fairly rapidly, but you're not. Tell you what, how about we stick you outside in the sun and see if you don't, Jesus, and see if you don't soak it up. I didn't know you could be damaged while I was holding you like that. Thankfully it doesn't seem to be too bad. Yeah, that's quite a bit faster. You just photosynthesize during the day, and we'll come and bring you in at night. I think I started leaving you outside in the last series, but I feel a little bit more nervous this time around, to be honest. Ghost documentaries, cool. I'm so excited to come in here and actually not know what's going to be on at a given moment, just knowing that it's all relevant. But you appear to be finished as well. And we can start you up. Oh, I forgot I have to switch you to level 3 every time. Oh well. We need to take a nap right now. And that is the very last of that notebook. Served us well the entire time. How many of these are we sending out right now? We only need... Oh, we need all 3 actually. That's alright, we've got plenty more to process up. Yeah, boop. Still, it's the first time in a while it's cleaned us out, but I actually prefer more. You can go right there until we think of something better for you, Darwin. And we got a nice new picnic blanket as well, so maybe we'll think of something to do with that later. But in the meantime, I really need to get this inventory under control because I am carrying so much all the time. We're also going to have to start making greater use of our metal detector, because it seems like that has gotten a pass as well. There's probably a bit more to find out here. I think we'll start in the obvious places, because I really don't think there's going to be too much in the middle of nowhere without any hints. Oh my, you're a big boy. Can I climb on? I can climb on top of you! Ah, but I'll just fall right through you. Can never be. I may have gotten rid of the conspiracy poster up in my room, but user Cole Cave actually sent me a while back some custom posters. I really want to start leaning into the more customizable features of this, given that they've given us so much room to do so. So if we put this here, I guess we just get a random one. I guess we don't get to choose, but this is pretty cool. You know, nice and professional, a calendar. Actually, if I hold it and put it back, yeah, it's going to be the same every time. Oh, no, no, no. We can cycle through them using U's. That's not going to be good for my sanity hearing. Okay, we've got to put this somewhere. I was just throwing in random PNGs at the same time. I didn't realize this was here. Alright, we'll probably put this somewhere. Nope. 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 Oh, wow, none of this makes me look particularly good. Let's just keep this somewhere where it makes sense. There we are. I'm not going to be able to resist the urge to put those things absolutely everywhere. We all know it. I guess I'm just going to have to bring receipts to back myself up. Ooh, I like it. I personally like how it sounds, so I saved it as a backup. Hopefully I can export it and we can listen to it later when you get out of there. Dr. Renna, are you coming on to me? Because it's not entirely unwelcome. We do have some finished signals, but I think those are going to have to wait until after we go to bed because, man, I am just really dying here. Yaboop. And yaboop. Actually, now would not be a bad time to invest in that coffee machine. Let's put that in, and while we're at it, let's also get some more garbage bags. Boop and boop. And we'll send that out. I just hate to see it constantly going out, but don't worry. The further we go, the less we're going to have to deal with that. I mean, we're already doing it less. The next things on our list are going to be all the big-ticket items. But we really, really got to get some shut-eye. And some pizza will help. No, seriously, pizza actually gives you a little bit of sleep back. Oh, I love pizza so much. What was that? Hang on. Is somebody in here? Oh, it's not letting me do the jump and grab. There we go. I know I could just check the camera, but this just happened, just now. There's nothing. Oh, we are actually completely out of flashlight batteries, and we're holding a ton. Yeah, I need to recharge that immediately. There we go. And you with your 0 charge. I guess we'll keep you and see if you can be recycled in some way. But tonight we are going to have to make extra sure to pay attention to the cave camera. Do I feel safe sleeping here anymore? That's the new question. Can I put you back at all? I mean, I guess I sorta can, but that's very small comfort. And I've got to go back to sleep. That's the worst part. Oh. Oh, it's a dark and stormy night. I've gotta bring the ATV back in. What actually a perfect time to test my new idea, though, huh? I'm gonna start turning off these lights, as counterintuitive as it may seem. There's our bags, and there is our coffee machine. I am very excited. You came at just the right time, since I don't think I'm getting back to sleep soon. Come on, you. Get back inside. I'm sorry we left you for so long. How are you doing on fuel? 80.8%. You actually didn't fill all the way up, but you did get a lot of the way, which is good enough for me. Come on, you. We're gonna take you to the break room if your cable stops being dumb. The only outlet I can see is over here, so we'll just do that for now. Yeah, boop. Don't even worry about the distance. Stop with your flashes. And now, we need to find ourselves a paper cup, which might be a little bit annoying, simply because we recycled a lot of them before. There we go. Now we put you in there. And we go and grab that coffee that we found a long time ago. Yep. And this is now our decompression chamber. So we'll just put you right up there. And use. That is such good coffee. But it seems like there's nothing left in you. At least the cups are reusable. And they'll keep us going for a little while longer. Wow, hang on, wait. That battery actually landed right side up. That's amazing. But here we are settling in for the night. 2 new signals to listen to. At least the mood is appropriate. I see the majestic space whale is in season. What about the other one? This one's a dwarf planet. This sounds almost electronic, like maybe a coded message or something. I mean, so much of this game is just thinking you see meaning in places it may not be, but after what we saw, I don't remember if it was last night or 2 nights ago, but either way, how can you not? How can you not see meaning in everything? And we're gonna keep looking for meaning for as long as we can. Not for glory, not for science, but for Employee of the Week. And for vindication. Vindication is actually a huge motivator for someone like me. I just get really spiteful and angry when somebody says I'm lying when I'm not. Which I think is justified. Oh, right. Oh, we've completely forgotten to turn off this thing, although the battery seems to be holding up okay. I think this is going to be one of those things where we want to try it out at 3:33. But let's turn that off and turn on the night vision, and we can actually see all the way down there. Actually, I'm having a hard time making out detail. Is the nest actually there? It actually looks more like it's open. Hang on. Okay, let's turn that off so as not to waste battery. Get you going. We have enough sleep. Maybe we should actually get over there physically just to confirm what we're seeing. It could just be an LOD thing. It's probably just an LOD thing, but we were able to see the shrimp in the picnic table. I mean, the picnic blanket. This game out of context is wild. Because this game in context is wild. But I think we're taking the ATV out against my better judgment. Alright, I think that's as close as we're gonna get you. I wanted to try my... Actually, it's gonna be really difficult to navigate out there in the dark. We're just gonna have to do it. Here I was thinking that it would be better to put some beacons down, but I didn't want to spend the money. I don't need them. I know this place, I keep saying. But it's situations like this where you can't look at landmarks when it becomes such a big deal. I hear something off to my right, and it's not the usual dropping sounds of wood in the forest. I'm having such a difficult time locating where I'm going. I can't tell exactly where I am. And all at once, here we are. Maybe I should have left the camera light on. Okay. Let's do it. It is gone. It is gone. And we can move forward. Okay, I am not doing the thing where I just navigate by the flash. But I want to have the camera ready. There's something there. More nest. A pumpkin? And a burger? Sure, I could use a bite to eat. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, it's a whole maze! Oh god, where am I going? Where am I even going? Hang on. If I try to walk on all this... More pumpkins? More pumpkins. Oh no. It used to be you could lure something out of here with a pumpkin. It's just dark in front of me. But there is more. I just can't move past here.
Oh, fiddlesticks. What now?
Dr. Kleiner? Dr. Kleiner, what are you doing here? Dr. Kleiner? Hang on. I'm gonna need proof of all this. Lots and lots of proof. Oh, screw it. This is definitely a place for the flashlight. If I'm gonna use these batteries, it's gonna be here. Oh, I'm getting stuck. How deep is this gonna be? Oh god. I once wandered for like an hour down a staircase that appeared in my basement, so you can understand why I'm a little bit wary of this. We're getting deeper. We're getting even deeper. Oh no, we're sliding. We have our hook on us, right? Oh no, this started going full the descent. We're limited by our sleep as well. Sooner or later, we have to pass out. There's nothing here. Wait. Wait, I think there is, actually. Hang on. Use our cave equipment. Yep. Not really sure how to best go about this. Let's string these together. Yep. The problem is it's real easy to get stuck here. In fact, I believe I am stuck. Nope. Come on. We really don't want to leave this stuff behind is the thing. Well, we've started to make it back up on the other side. At least we can walk again. Yep. Come on now. We're so close. Well, at least this game has real spelunking now. Not that it much helps me. Oh no, are we gonna have to do... Yep, another one for the log. At least we have a whole ton of batteries on us. That's our saving grace right now. We are also very sleepy, although how can you sleep at a time like this? No, 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 no. No. No, 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 no. Ow. I really hope I'm going to get to keep these pictures in the end. Alright, the safest way to do this would be to lower ourselves. Yep, 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 yep. No! No, no, no. Thank you. God, that was scary. Being without that down here would be a huge issue, no doubt. You can never say this game is uneventful, you know that? I mean, it's always something. Every time I think I know this game, it's always got something else. There's a little something up there. This is going to be so hard to cut together because there's so much just trial and error. Yep. Come on now. Yep. It's all about getting it just that little bit farther. That's what we need to do. We're going up, which is kind of having me hopeful that maybe we can come out in a different location. But I don't know about that. Yep. The problem is finding places we can stand, someplace we can latch onto. Hope I don't get all stabbed up on these things. The steepness of this has me hopeful, but I also know in this game that you should never have hope. That was a sweet move right there, even if we did take a little bit of damage executing it. It's our tiredness. That's what's gonna kill us. Yep. Come on, so close. Yep. Really having to put the grapple skills to the test here. No, come on! I'm learning to do this, like, really rapidly. And I'm not really sure what triggers it to do that. Like, it seems to be if I'm looking too close to the point of origin. Actually, now I'm looking at it. I'm not sure it's laid out the same as it was before. Oh, we can go up and over there, too. Yeah, I don't remember any of this. None of this stuff looks familiar to me. Unless I've just gotten here so much quicker, but I don't know about that. This may not actually be entirely linear. Could this even perhaps be, like, procedurally generated? I mean, I don't know if there's anything else in the game like that. Perhaps the stairs were, I don't know. But at least it seems to have flattened out. That's good, right? The idea of this being procedurally generated is a scary thought. That could mean there is literally no end to this. One happy thought is, at least, if all we have to do is lower ourselves down on the way back, but we're going downward again. I've got to remember to not be moving, because this thing blurs real easy, even though the flash should negate that. I mean, low shutter speed on the flash seems kind of unnecessary. Yeah, no, 2 paths. 2 paths. I mean, I suppose we'll take the flatter looking one. It is, in fact, not flatter. But we're committed now. This is real creepy. They actually added spelunking as a whole other mechanic. But I'm not sure then. Is there actually going to be something to find here? Or am I just wasting my time? Every time I see more rock wall appear on the edge of my light... Oh no, please don't get stuck. Please do not get stuck. Thank you. Every time I see more rock wall appear on the edge of my light, I just think, maybe I've finally come upon something? But I don't think I'm gonna have any such luck. Yep, straight down. We can slide strategically. Some of these holes are truly nasty. And some of them do actually appear to lead somewhere. Ow. We can maybe get up over this? Come on now. There we go. The vault is saving my life right now. Ooh. Do we try for a picture? Nothing. Didn't work. This is going to be one of those times where I don't ever hit the bottom, isn't it? The ground beneath this place truly hollow. Well, that's a cause for an Alt F4 if I ever saw one. Alright, we are getting out of here. Maybe pass it off as a bad dream, but maybe it was a prophetic one. Just a vision we had in the moment warning us not to enter. That is so cool. I mean, of all the horrifying things to do in nature, caving has to be at the top of the list. It's something that I simply will not do in real life. And they had to go and add it to Voices of the Void. This game really is trying to be horror from all possible angles, and now it's cornered another one. It's the silence that gets you, and it's got those pitfalls to nowhere. It's got that sense of being lost. All those cramped spaces, the fact that you can get stuck at any time. Actually, it's a bit of a saving grace that it doesn't let you save. In grace? I don't know. Point is, I wish it would let you load, but then again, maybe it's supposed to be a one-way trip. Maybe you're not supposed to get that far. Whatever, I'd rather think about this while watching cartoons in front of my computer than out here where anything can grab me. And it must be midnight, because there is the drone. Oh, I thought I saw it, but it was just a cloud. Then again, how much do I trust the idea of just a cloud? Actually, will I be able to see it? Will it have any lights of its own? No, I think it's leaving now. Oh well. Still, from up here, when you can see all these lights, makes you appreciate the vastness of it all, doesn't it? And now there's actually a whole other dimension of that. There's a huge cave network running beneath this. Something like that, there's gotta be something in it, right? Maybe we'll stage further expeditions at a later time, but for now, I just want to relax. I need it. You have no idea how good it feels to close the door literally on this particular night. But I'm actually turning off the hallway lights again for a reason that I will share in just a bit. Come on, you. We're gonna need more boxes. Honestly, I so rarely order boxes. Like, there's no point in having a stockpile. I swear I have a plan for turning these lights off. See, right now, I would really like to get some sleep. But it's all dark in the hallways. How will I ever find my way? Well, we can now fully embrace our role. And go like that. And hold you. And now we're equipped to investigate creepy noises in the night. Although this drink machine can stay on for as long as it wants. We are the little old man alone in his lighthouse now, truly. And it can keep us company by our bedside. And hopefully the transformers won't go down as much. I'm still unclear on how that works. Let's just leave you by the nightstand. We don't need no clock. Who needs to know what time it is? Look at that. We are fully embracing our role as lighthouse keeper. Wow, that is some candle. Look at how much that's lighting. Alright, you're coming with us. Imagine trying to hold a candle with one hand and aim with the other. But this hallway feels so much more foreboding now in this very limited light. I will certainly be doing all I can to save this from the specter of YouTube compression. This game actually gets hit very, very hard with it. Let's put you on the ground, and you can retake your space. What time is it now? 3:13. It's nearly 3:33. And it's changed to that email selected. That's weird. I actually kind of want to take our cave one and see if anything happens at 3:33. In the meantime, you are finished. You're an unknown, actually. So, hang on. I had a drive in my inventory. Boop. God, that scared the crap out of me. But what else is new? Only a couple more minutes. And doesn't seem like there was anything. Yeah, okay, you need to stop. I don't know why you're not using the, I don't know why you're not using shuffle. There we go. I guess we just start on the next one. Does that sound rain? Or is it just hiss from the TV? I don't know. Why does it do that? Why does it put my face in the console when I'm trying to use a computer? There we are. Wow, you know, sometimes when it rains, like, the glow stick seems to interact with the fog. Actually improves visibility somewhat. We can at least see the shapes of the trees out there. But it does also give the perhaps not even illusion of movement. So there's something to think about. What about our exterior cam? What do you see? And nothing for the time being. But your angle does not seem to be angling as much as it used to, so that's annoying. You used to be able to look much further left. Why is this happening? Of course, as always with rain, this is going to be a little bit annoying because it's going to mess with the accuracy. But I think we should be okay. That video always creeps me out. These people driving down the highway at night and just come upon a random traffic cone roadblock and a guy in a hoodie menacingly approaching the car. Why is it that I put, like, more than double the amount of things in here and it's still showing me the same things every single night? Hey, this is done. Yep. Need something to break up the monotony of this night, and I really don't feel like going out in these conditions, given what we just experienced. Oh my god. It's another picture. Looks like a sun rising or setting over ocean waves. It's actually pretty beautiful. Is that maybe somebody's homeworld? Or maybe they're sending an image that they believe we'd relate to.
Or your money back. The sweet dreams near
There's just so much speculation. Okay, well, we've got 3 of you guys now, another on the way,
and easy bling.
but we've still got 3 different satellites to hit. We can actually just grab this from right here. I think that one was here when we came in, and is empty. Is that right? It is. Alright, we're generating the report. Bravo, Charlie, and Victor. So that means that Bravo and Charlie are right next to each other,
A voluntary
but Victor's all the way off in the corner.
recreational sleep and
I don't know if we've actually explored all the way down there before, so that will be a good opportunity.
adverse neurological. You are still experiencing the sweet dreams.
Yeah, with this thing taking a long time for detector to increase, I'm just gonna head on out. There's that battery again. I'm just gonna sleep a couple hours until morning. But actually, because we went on that night drive, see, there are still considerations. The ATV is gonna be fairly low on fuel, so we're gonna have to keep our exploration to a minimum. Drop you there. Sure, why not? Morning candle? Actually, we really only need the ATV for Victor, to be fair. So maybe we do a thing where we do that and then just go for a walk a little later? I mean, it's not often we have multiple towers in this center line so close to each other. Anything new around these parts? You are finished. Yep. Oh wow, it actually deposited it right back on top of the TV where I wanted it. Now we can start actually using these drives. I've been using the pile on the floor for so long. And I think today we'll also take the opportunity to send out some level 2s. Huh. Hang on, that's weird. I woke up to this camera moving all on its own. I still don't understand why that angle is so weird. Do you still see the fairy ring? You do, because I was starting to suspect that maybe those were like random spawns, that maybe they aren't actually persistent. But it seems like this one is. What about you, Cave? Yeah, come morning, the nest is back. I actually have an idea for that place for once the ATV is a little more gassed, but for now we've got to be a little bit more strategic. SV target Victor. Even though it looks visually the same, this game has a way of making you feel different about every morning, doesn't it? But it's not the place that's changed, at least not always, it's you that's changed. Or rather, the way you see this place. It's a boring job that is somehow constantly in flux. And that's what makes it the ultimate job simulator, or one of the things that makes it the ultimate job simulator. Big boulder. There's Victor. And like I said, I am not at all sure we've actually been in this neck of the woods before. I am fairly low on fuel, but maybe you can top off just a little bit in the sunlight here? Slowly but surely. Hopefully that'll improve as the day goes on, but I do want to explore this corner a little bit more. You really appreciate an image like this when you've been down deep in a cave. Is that the drone? What is the drone doing here? What? I mean, I didn't see it, I only heard it. Stop it, you. Ugh. Trying to run me into the rocks? Why is the drone here? Will it come back the same way? Sounds like it will. I don't understand. Why did it come? I didn't order anything. It's not midnight. I certainly didn't send anything out. I should go back and check my email, I think. And we find nothing here but the back wall. Like I said, I'd love to explore, but this might be important and I don't have the most fuel. Just as a gauge of how things are progressing, how is this transformer doing? 91. So after a day, things are not deteriorating too rapidly. I still have no idea if that actually tells me much. I'm anxious. An unannounced drone visit is something I don't think I've ever had before. You did send something new. Hang on, what is this? You sent a note as well. Hang on. Hey, Max and I stashed some of your favorite sushi rolls on the D-drone, behind that old Connard's back. Not cheap something either. You better appreciate it. So keep at it, and good luck, I guess, mon chéri. Inara and Maxine. Oh, that's Dr. Anna and... Oh! That is so nice. Hang on, let's put that away and examine. Where is it? It doesn't have a description, but wow, that is so cool. There are actually events involving our people now. Whoops. But that's how I'm seeing things. Favors from friends as events. Maybe I've already been here too long. This is day 15, I believe. You know, just for reference, since some of you are interested in that. And what fortuitous timing. This thing is just about finished. Another unknown. That really hit the spot, wow. But another one for the pile. Now all I've got to do is Bravo and Charlie, and, well, those are in walking distance. Let's just put you right here in the emergency drone landing site. There we go. And that'll allow you to charge nicely while we take a little swim and a walk. Blub, 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 blub. Of course, you always got to be careful for this because the river does actually have a current. Just walking where you're going does actually make you see this place a little bit differently. Makes you consider your surroundings more, I think. I mean, even though it's the middle of the day, I find myself thinking about where I would run to if something were actually out here, something I couldn't necessarily escape. I keep thinking about all the places I could hide. Would I dive into a log? Would it be okay to come into one of these towers? Could something climb? Questions like this are actually why I took the ATV solar power upgrade, so that I would never have to deal with stuff like this. And it's actually quite a nice day for some fog on our walk. You know what? I know Oscar is down. We're good on everything. Why don't we extend it a little bit? Go for a run, a jog. There you are, still down as before. And probably even more of you by now, to be honest. Actually, it seems like it's just Papa that's still down, so that's not bad. That also means that our reliability upgrades are working, because it's been a while. You guys could all use calibration then. It'll stop at Papa, but it couldn't hurt, right? Come on. I mean, this light fog in the lush forests on a bright sunny day, it's almost ethereal, isn't it? Like this place doesn't seem real, like a dream version of itself, as opposed to the nightmare version that it turns into at night. Let's just do some community service. Yep, there you go. If you just do a little bit of self-service every single time you come through an area, you'll find that the convenience measures really stack up. For example, these things have been bothering me for far too long. Where are our garbage bags? Yep. And actually, how are you doing out here in the sun? Up to 60% fuel. I mean, it takes all day, but it's certainly got some savings. Meanwhile, we definitely want to get some level 2s ready and processed so that we can stick them in the drive box, because we want to get those good boy points for the end of the week. It's those big payouts that I think are how we're going to get the biggest items. Hang on, there's a weird... it's just above where I can look, but there's a very strange line in the sky there. Like a really long one. I have no idea if that's significant or not. I keep thinking that perhaps now would be a good time to start breaking open some of these crates. I mean, we can't actually view contents, so that's the only thing we can do. We can't use them as regular storage. There we go. And it's, I think, coal. And I've never ever figured out a use for this stuff. But I'll tell you what we do have a use for is these boards. So those can be recycled to make wood scrap and sold. So I'm going to start dropping this down there. You are finished. We'll listen to you a little bit later. In the meantime, we're going to put you up to level 2. And I actually have a bit of a side mission for today. See, we need to go to Papa to fix it, so we've got to take the ATV out anyway. But there's also something else I wanted to do before it gets dark. How are you doing on fuel? 98%. I mean, that's this thing fueled up for free. That sounds good to me, doesn't it? There we go, Hulk strength. I think today is when we are actually going to get our chance to ride like the wind, since we don't have to worry too much about fuel anymore. And this saves so much time. When you're burning daylight like this, time is valuable. It essentially kind of encourages you, I guess, to go out at night, because it means you can leave it refueling during the day, and it takes all day. I'm sorry, I realized I didn't explain that was me expressing doubt at my own premise, that it would be better to go out at night from now on. But yeah, even during the day, it can be sort of difficult to locate the exact right valley. But certainly not as hard as at night. Now, you remember how we found pumpkins inside of there? Well, we've got something else to do with pumpkins. I mean, if they bring them back, who's to say, right? Is it happening? Yes, you're right there. Come on out. Come on out, come on out! Oh god, it turned to look at me. Oh, wait. Wait. They'll have to believe us on that one. Question is whether this actually captured anything. I mean, it certainly did. Can it not get back in now? This is one of those, even though I've seen that guy before in the previous playthrough, it still managed to shock me. I mean, when you see that thing come out of there, that's a horrifying moment all its own, or at least a startling moment. But then it goes out and just keeps going out and keeps going out. That's the kind of thing that makes you sit back with your mouth agape. And then just like that, it's gone. I'm never prepared for the view when I come over this hill. absolutely stunning every single time. Especially if it's at sunset or sunrise. Maybe I'm just trying to distract myself from knowing that that thing's just out there now. I think it is actually just gonna wander from now on. Like, it might go back to the cave. It might not have the ability to go back to the cave. I don't know, because of the camera. Oops. But it is just part of the landscape now, if it wasn't already. That is a clean bill of health. SD Cal all. And we should start to be good for quite some time. We got a little bit behind there, but we've recovered just fine. Tomorrow I think we're just going to spend some more time on base maintenance and such. I mean, as you can see, it's starting to pile up. Maybe we'll order another item box. But I'm always happy to resume my work right here where I belong. And it is starting to feel like this is right where I belong. You're good. And as for you, we have yet to listen to you. Keeping in mind that that is an object. Okay, about what time of night does that thing... You saw that, right? Anybody? Just me? No? I wish I could have turned the light on in time, but it was just there and then it was gone. Yep. Okay, what time is it now? 7:15-ish, I would say. 7:15-ish when that happened. Let's keep that in mind. I wonder if it doesn't maybe save these things to an extent for when you're looking? But maybe I shouldn't be thinking in such a meta sense. We are sleepy. We are hungry. Let's consume a little bit more of that sushi we were so kindly gifted. Wow, it's still going. It is paying so well. My friends are so cool. But what's our daily task? We've already got those things, and we need 3 level 3. We've more than got that. And now that you're done at level 2, we're going to have so much to send out. I'm going to have to turn on the lights for this, though. So that's 1, 2, 3, level 3. And then there's a couple of level 2s here. That's you and you. You're both going out. And that will leave us plenty for tomorrow. You know what? As a matter of fact, why don't we send out another level 3? We need more money, right? And this will certainly help towards our good boy points, so let's do that and send you away. Some of you actually suggested putting a camera on the radar tower. That would actually be a pretty excellent suggestion, I think. Maybe even better than having the one upstairs that keeps changing position on me, or at least losing range for some reason. In the meantime, let us get some sleep. And let's go. I'm thinking, like, see, on the one hand, it is sort of annoying to have to go through these halls every single time I want to go back and forth. But I don't want to move the bed because I sort of like going up and down the hallways. Come on. It's going to be between this and maybe moving it to the break room, but I'm not so sure about doing that. There's just always something out there. Look at all those points. We've got a ton. Oh, our candle went out in the night. That is always so freaky to me. Waking up in the dark when it wasn't that way when you went to sleep. Look at this. This is just how this game feels in a nutshell. Are the ghosts dead from radiation sickness yet? I don't know. But one thing some of you guys said is that when we spend a lot of time around this thing, like so, you can actually see the edges of the screen start to slowly darken. That's us getting radiation sickness, so we want to avoid doing what I just did right there, just now. So if we... I don't really feel the need to be doing more right now. I suppose we should. It's actually still before midnight. It feels so late all the time when you have the candle out, doesn't it? We're so close to so many big things that I want, but also I'm kind of feeling like now's the time to do the small stuff. Wow, a rare miss. Can hear stuff. I can definitely hear frequencies and electromagnetic wind. This data will be very helpful in our research. I love you too, Dr. Max. And there's a whole heck ton of points. The camera in the cave seems like it's been knocked around somewhat. It's facing upward. But that guy isn't coming back. Maybe we should check again at morning to see when he shows up. Maybe about 7 a.m.? Maybe it's like a 12-hour cycle? Maybe I shouldn't be trying to apply too much logic and consistency to the forces of nature, the untamed forces of nature. But our photos tell no lies. That is as clear gets. Oh, and this, I may not have been clear before. See, some people say, oh, that's the old base. I thought it was our base at first, because, you know, to me that looked like the radar tower on the left and the garage bay on the right. You know what I think? I think it's like looking through the window from back down there. That's just my theory. But let's look at upgrades again. So we've got all these modules. I don't particularly feel the need for these things. The only one of like somewhat usefulness is the storm filter, and I don't really feel like I need that. It's such a rare occurrence that it does any significant damage. So what I really want to go for instead is, well, I think we're going to want the image quality. So a whole bunch of that. That's already so painful. And better transformer stability. Server stability, we can just 100%, so we're practically never going to have to worry about that again. And the rest of the 100 I think we'll just keep for now. You remember this show? I remember when this first started coming on, I think I actually watched the premiere, and I was so freaked out by it. In my little, like, 5 or 6 year old mind, I thought this was all real. Didn't even question the overly dramatic voiceover. But I was so freaked out seeing them sit around with the night vision, talking to ghosts, getting responses in return. I think it probably influenced, even though I could only stomach the first episode, my later love of things like Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures. There we are. I will say, though, I didn't even know I had it saved. It's just right there in my Nightmare Fuel folder. I don't know how many people know this, so I got my start on 4chan's Xboard like 12 years ago or something like that, and basically what I would do is I would just like compile all these like creepy images and videos, mostly people's stories, and, you know, I would kind of curate them and number them and organize them, and every Halloween I would make it all available for download. And I've kind of kept that going. I mean, I've really got to update the one that's up on, like, Mega right now. But, you know, for a long time, that was kind of like my whole identity was, like, doing this. I felt really proud of it. And so there's a lot of cool stuff and nostalgic stuff in there that I don't even remember I have. Yep. Of course, all this stuff like movies and, like, shows and stuff, that's not available for download, but the stories and such are. You know what, actually? I'm bored. It's nighttime, I'm bored. Why don't we do a little bit of spring cleaning? Some of what I intended to do today. Yep, nope. And for that, to do it in foreign places, we will need a bucket. What have I done with the bucket? Well, here's one anyway. Actually, even though it's against how I usually tend to think, I do think there is a special kind of comfiness that does exist when it comes to doing all this work alone at night with the lights on. I mean, it is that added sense of safety, if not atmosphere, that is a little bit comforting all its own. Let's just rub you on the ground. Yeah, sure, maybe you could question the wisdom of trying to clean the ATV bay. I mean, it's the ATV bay, it's the workshop. Maybe it's supposed to be kind of dirty. But we've got to start somewhere. I figure we probably should at least get evidence of this before we go. But yeah, we are just going to want to... Ow. Ow! Did you just play a bonk sound effect? Well, vending machines do kill a certain amount of people every year, but I always just thought that was a fun quotable statistic. And it's me now. Oh man, I am super concussed. Look at the edges of my screen. Actually, wait. Wait. You know what might be happening there? That could have been me getting injured, or it could have been... It could have been the radioactive capsule up above. Look, we can actually see the sushi disappearing. The only way to confirm that for sure is to wait for it to go away, and then go back into the room and see if it happens again. There are all kinds of things out there, and I don't know what's my cameras and what isn't. Maybe I should check my cameras again? Still nothing here. The day there's somebody in that chair is the day I fly out of my skin, I tell you what. There's so much trash on the floor up here. And this is something that I've been putting off for so long, is cleaning up this living space. Imagine we poke our head up and just see somebody go around the corner into the stairwell. That would be the point where we have to go after them. And that would be no bueno. Still, I have to say, I do have a certain appreciation for the janitor life. I mean, somehow it seems fitting. I'm this place's custodian in the most literal sense. Yep. And it is pretty cool, because I don't think this stuff comes back the way it used to. Or maybe it's only after you've removed a certain amount, I don't know. We can actually notice that the water level in the bucket is lowering, I think. Yep. But it's so gratifying to see this go away, even if you can only clean it to a certain extent. Let's just make sure we grab all the evidence we can. Yep. Wow, wait, is that really not... And it got wedged behind the thing. Yeah, is that really not gonna go away? Can we not get rid of the bloody handprint on the back of our wall? Is that just there to stay? I'm so happy, now that I'm paying attention to the walls, that that has seemingly stayed in there. I'm actually sort of glad that it happened, if I'm being secretly honest. Simply because it means that we can climb in and out of there. Having two ways in and out makes it actually ideal for panic situations. Is this not getting wet? Like, does it need to be fully submerged in the water? You know what would be really nice is if I could fill you with rainwater. I mean, I kind of doubt this will actually work. And our telescope is astonishingly useful for a night like this. That's not what I feel like I need to be doing right now. Point is, this place is looking considerably better than it did before. Even if some stains are a bit stubborn. Alright, back to mood lighting. How's everything looking? I'm not quite sure what time it is, but otherwise that is still on. 3:50, and that tunnel is still unoccupied. Alright, you are ready to give a listen to, so I'll pull you out, put you in. That is most likely our job for the day done already, at least as far as signals go, and give you a listen. Ugh. Good timing, lightning. Oh, there we go. Wow, I could even see the lightning on the camera down there in that cave. Yeah, I've really got to get some sleep, but I don't want to sleep for too long because I want to be watching that camera at around 7 o'clock. Okay, just before 6 o'clock, and it's still not back. We will want to monitor that very closely. I know I'm all over the place with this right now, but I'm just trying to decide on my feet how we're going to go about this. The rainstorm absolutely ruined our perception of this. Our servers are at max reliability now, so I kind of doubt we're going to have to be dealing with this all too often. Although, we actually wouldn't have had to deal with it too often if I had just gone all in on our first, like, really, really huge item that I want. But I'll save that as a surprise for new viewers. Those of you who saw the last season probably already know what I'm talking about. Still no. I'm just gonna watch this like a hawk for the next hour or so. Let's just sit right here in the glow of our glow stick and watch the sunrise. Our glow stick, which seems to have wandered a little low. That's a bit odd. There you go. I mean, they might be cheesy and kind of dumb, but as a kid, I just, like, lived for shows like this. And I still find them incredibly enjoyable, even if there is nothing scientific about them. And how are you doing? As soon as that detector comes in, you'll be ready to go out. Alright, just about to be 7 o'clock. 12 hours after that thing came running out of there. 7. Alright, we'll give it another hour or two. Oh my god, don't do that when I'm trying to look at stuff. Alright, well, I suppose we could use the distraction. There you go. Just look at this. Look at us. We're looking at the sky and underground all at once. You came back just there. You're back. I looked away for half a second. But alright, we'll keep that 7:15 time in mind. Maybe it was because I looked away. Screw it. Screw it. Better detector quality. We're about to get a whole bunch more money anyway, and I think now we've gotten enough upgrades that we can really truly start to save now. This is going to be me telling my story to a group of horrified campers. Imagine, after all this is done, I'm famous from all my discoveries, I just open up a camp here, where all I do is terrify people who came here specifically to get freaked out by all the freakiness in this freaky place. Camp Freak, I'd call it. And there's no refunds. But yet, look at us, just monitoring the sky out our window and below ground simultaneously. That's how you know this game's got huge scope in mind. And we haven't even seen close to everything. But we have to go visit our towers. So, which ones? Yankee, Kilo, and Mike. Well, Kilo and Mike are in line. Yankee is actually pretty close, so not much of a hike at all. Yep. Now, some of you might be thinking this, and no, sadly, you cannot climb into the dish. It'd be fun, though. I mean, maybe with the hook you could do something. Although, I doubt the utility. This video actually started with a trip to Yankee, didn't it? Kind of funny how it tends to bookend itself like that. Actually, from here, I think you can actually see that little spot with all the experimental trees. You're finished? Yeah, our stuff is already ready to go out. And we have something to listen to. I want to get in just a little bit more sleep because I wanted to do a bit of metal detecting around the base, and I figured this is one of those things where if I don't do it when I get the chance, I'm just going to forget about it next episode. Yep. Guess I haven't waited enough time. Look at the way the light just falls on that one locker at the end there. God, what a jump scare that would have been if there had actually been something. Am I actually getting... Wait, we found something right away? White. Green right here? Alright. And it's just some metal trash. I forgot that this could be a thing, but whatever, it's still useful. Now what happens if we bring it out again? I just wasn't expecting to find it that quickly. Something else? Wow, yeah, it did not used to be like this at all. Look at this, we're so good at our job, we're even removing metal trash from underground. Canned food. I'm assuming you count as metal trash. I'm assuming it doesn't actually expect me to be able to eat that, but... I mean, by gum, if I can, I will. And our metal detector somehow picked up... a rock. It did that. So that's another thing that's around now, so that's cool. Maybe it's rich in minerals? A fully charged battery. You know, maybe this isn't as useless as it once was. Or maybe it was always this good and I just didn't know, I don't know. Don't ask me how that happens. I'm just a scientist. Well, what are you? I don't think you're just a regular rock. Rubber ball. A solid rubber-coated ball. Okay, well, I have a new toy, but I'm not going to be throwing that until I'm inside. Plastic. That's an empty shrimp pack. That's plastic. I'm not quite sure why the metal detector detects that. I guess it's multi-talented. There's something right here underneath the dumpster. Hang on, come on, give me the thing. Yep. Found another rock. Wow, it's literally doing the I got a rock thing. So that's cool. What is this? I can use root. A wild plant root tastes like sweet carrot. I wonder what the effects of that are. I know there were some things that you're better off selling. But I'm kind of curious to know what happens if we eat it. Well, it was actually fairly good for food. I wonder if there'll be any side effects? Wow, where did the time go? What is this thing? That looks like an old hard drive. Oh, it probably is, but it's considered electronic trash. Okay, we'll leave that here for now. And there's plenty else we can pick up. Plenty else to be recycled. What are you doing here? You're missing your base. I think now's a good time to end it. There's certainly other things I want to try, but I think now is probably when we go into lockdown. I knew the other shoe would drop on these things eventually, and, well, it seems that Melvin has returned. And his boys. How are you doing on charge? 100%? Good. We are bringing you in for the night. And no, I will not make you sit in the dark. Let's send these signals out. How do these rubber balls actually work? Can we do... No? Can we... Yep. Boop. They're pretty bouncy. But not uber bouncy. They certainly behave strangely, though. Alright, well, we'll leave that for now. In the meantime, let's just get this stuff going. It's dumping a lot on me all at once, but... You... What have you got to tell me? Scary as always. And we've certainly had an eventful episode, haven't we? We learned that there's a whole other world underground, both in terms of spelunking, in terms of the things that live where we spelunk, and even in just valuables we can dig up in our travels. And on top of everything, the old staff is returned. Was time I would have said that lovingly, but it is just so menacing. Watching you get closer and closer. Now we're watching a threat literally right outside our window as we look for the one we discovered earlier on our monitor. But I think the money will hopefully be a good reminder for why I do this. I was gonna say I've got to get a picture of this, but of course he's... Oh, never mind. He moved a bit, but he is not gone. Not that a still photo of a still mannequin is gonna convince anyone, but... Well, it's like I keep saying. We've got to tell the whole story. Maybe someone as curious as me will piece it all together when I'm done. Please be online, please be online, please be online. Oh my god. Alright, well, if we're going up there anyway... Locking the door behind us for sure. Maybe we should actually grab that camera from upstairs. It is going to be so dark by the time we do this. Come on, you. Get down from there. Collect, grab. You are trying to do this even as we speak. Land in the trash pile. Ow. It hurts, but it breaks our fall somewhat. Let's go, go, go. If I keep these doors locked, this is going to be like Tremors, isn't it? Where these things are just always out there waiting for us. And all we can do is watch from above. Go. Restore your connection, and... Where are we going to put this camera? I'm going to be so annoyed if I end up dropping this thing. I mean off the tower, not literally pressing the drop button. We could put it on the back of this panel, or we could try positioning it up on one of these poles. I don't want it too high up. Will that work? It will. And let's just make sure it's active. I believe that's blue light. That was an excellent suggestion. That'll give us full coverage. And if anything major happens, we'll be able to see it with our night vision, hopefully. Just knowing those mannequins are waiting down there in the dark. And let's get our glow stick out, because we've been using far too much battery. Of course, it doesn't give us quite the light projection that I would like. Oh my god. Let's see how you guys like it. Yep. Yep. In you go. And you will just be carried downstream. And as for your buddy, well, maybe it's best just to not push my luck anymore. Let's get in there. Oh, I forgot to lock the door behind me. Meaning that they had every opportunity to get inside. I didn't leave the garage bay open, did I? No. There we go. Man, I just cannot get enough of this game. And, you know, if you've been on the fence about continuing this up until this point, well, here's your sign. Things only get crazier from here. And that's the last of that sushi pack. Definitely a good place to leave it. And I think we will end this as soon as we get our reward, which should actually be pretty substantial, assuming I did the reports right. Should be any... Yep, I was going to say should be any second now. There it is. All very good. 342 points. Nice. You did a good job, Cal. This is very good data and clear. Really expected that nest to be gone when I looked back. That's like my main subject of interest right now. It's kind of been an underground-themed episode. And I am so eager to explore more and take more of your suggestions. There were plenty I didn't get to, and I'm sure you'll have plenty more for me. And it helps to keep this so fresh. Like, every time I come back, there's just so much more when I think, oh man, how am I going to keep this entertaining for a whole other episode? The game just does it for me. Which is why, even though this is one of the things that takes the longest to record and edit, well, it's one of the most enjoyable, and it just flies by every time. Let's actually check that other camera. Yep, you are up there on the tower. And there is all of that. Ooh. Very nice range of motion. And I think that'll be tremendously useful. It's practically 360 there. Last time I was so excited to see visitors from the stars, but... well, now we learned that there's a whole lot running around out there, even on the terrestrial side of things. But tell you what, we've got this one's number, and potentially its schedule. I'm really hoping we'll get to see this thing in the light, but... well, actually, the fact that we saw it run out, did not see it run back in, just means that it's one of several things that we learned in this episode are out there. All those noises in the dark, we've kind of given it a face, or at least a pair of glowing eyes and skittering noises. And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.